Welcome guys to your homework for Wednesday, page 980, 2 through 12, the evens. So only the evens. So we're going to start with number 2, and we need 6 trigonometric functions for theta. It's going to be 3, 2. So the first thing that we're going to need to do is we're going to need to figure out the hypotenuse. So that is going to be a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So that's 4 plus 9 equals c squared. 13. And last step, square root. So that is a square root of 13 there. Okay? And then we have 6 functions. Let's go over here actually. So we have sine of theta, cosine of theta, tangent of theta. I'm going to put that over to the side. Cosecant of theta. Perfect. Secant of theta. Tangent, cotangent of theta. Alright, sine is opposite over hypotenuse, which is 2 over root 13. Cosecant is just this flipped upside down, so it is the hypotenuse over the opposite. I don't want to keep the square root in the bottom here, so I'm going to multiply the top and the bottom by square root of 13. And so this is going to be 2 root 13 over 13. Cosine is going to be the adjacent over the hypotenuse. The adjacent is 3. Secant is just going to be that flipped upside down, so root 13 over 3. And I don't want to leave roots in the bottom, so I'm going to multiply the top and the bottom and get 3 root 13 over 13. And then I have tangent. Tangent is opposite over adjacent. It's 2 over 3. Cotangent is just that flipped upside down, so that's 3 over 2. So that's number 2. Number 4, we need to draw 100 degrees. So I know that when I go here, it's 90, and just a little bit more, it was going to be 100. I can also say this angle is 80 degrees, because I know that the difference between 100 and 180 is 80, so but that's not that important. That's a 100-degree angle. 6, we have to graph ourselves, and we're going to go with negative 32 and positive 24. That would be that point. We can make a triangle like that. That's theta. Always with the x-axis, if you recall. And we're going to need, this 32 looks a little bit weird. Let me go ahead and redraw my triangle. So it's actually 24 high, 32 like this, but the 32 is negative. So I need to find I need sine theta, cosine theta, tan theta, and then I know that you can't see them right now, but not that important. It's cosecant theta, secant theta, and cotan theta. First thing we need to do is actually find the hypotenuse to get all those. So that's going to be a squared plus b squared, 32 squared, equals c squared. To do that, I'm going to need to use a calculator. Alright, so we're going to go 24 squared plus 32 squared equals 1600. Oh, that's nice. So 1600 equals c squared, and then we take the square root. equals c, and that's going to be 40. So I know that my hypotenuse is 40. Okay, so let's figure out what sine, cosine, and theta are. So sine is opposite, which is negative 32. Excuse me, see, this is why I had to redraw, because this is a poor picture. The opposite is 24 over 40. And we can reduce that by 4, or we can reduce that by 8. And that's going to be 3 over 5. And that means cosecant is going to be 5 over 3. Cosine, the adjacent is negative 32, and the hypotenuse is 40. We can do that by 8 as well, so we're going to get negative 4 over 5. And that means secant is negative 5 over 4. And then tangent is opposite, which is 24, over adjacent, which is negative 32. Once again, going by 8s, that is negative 3 over 4. And cotangent is negative 4 over 3. Okay, that's number 6. Hopefully this is very easy. So maybe a little tedious, but all stuff that we should know. Alright, number 8. 310 degrees to radians. Alright, well this is not degrees that I have on my unit circle, so I can't use my unit circle, so I have to do this with a proportion. And so I'm going to say that there are X amount of radians in 310 degrees, just like there's pi radians in 180 degrees. Remember that this is your big equality that you need to know, that pi is 180 degrees, and 180 degrees is pi. So what we do, multiply by the denominator. So 310, we wanted to get it to go away. We multiply both sides by 310. And we get our answer, 310 pi over 180. We can make this a little bit better by dividing by 10. So that's going to be 31 pi over 18 radians. So that's how many radians 310 degrees is. For number 10, we have I find this way so easy. I love this way. So 2 pi over 9 radians, 2 degrees. And this is awesome because just like I said up here, pi is 180. So we just put 180 in for pi, and we get 2 times 180 over 9. And let's see, 9 goes into 180 20 times. That's going to be 40 degrees. Alright, last one, 12, we get to use the unit circle. Cosine of 210 degrees. If I look here, I find my 210, I look at the x value, because x is cosine, and it's negative root 3 over 2. Alright, there's your homework.